What's up, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Noble is Global. My name is Noble, and today I'm going to be answering a question that I've been getting a lot lately, and that is, do I think Airbnb could collapse? You're going to want to stay around to the very end because I'm going to give you my reasons why I think Airbnb could collapse, and I'm going to also let you know whether or not I think you should still consider Airbnb in 2023. Let's go. First things first, I don't think anything is off the table. I think that it is very possible to believe that any of these tech startups could potentially collapse. Airbnb, for example, has 45 million users. That's pretty big. It's widely used. It's well known across the world. It has a very strong brand power, but it's not completely off the table. And here are a couple of the reasons why. Number one, it's going to be the brain drain. There are massive layoffs going across the entire tech industry, including Airbnb and some, even bigger tech behemoths, in my opinion. And I think it's reasonable to assume that this is going to affect operations long term. You're cutting out the lifeline, the blood of this company, and it's not at the top. It's always the people that are doing everyday sort of operations that have been part of the legacy of what Airbnb is and are actually an integral part of their culture. And that is going to affect users and hosts alike. I don't think we're able to see it quite yet, but there's a lot of smart people that have been working day to day that have just been completely axed from their jobs, and I don't think that's okay. That could be the downfall of a place like Airbnb. We're already seeing what the effects have at a place like Twitter that has, it's had a large stake in our social media culture for quite some time. And now because, they have a new CEO, Elon Musk, now, there's a lot of dissent from workers that have been there for a long time, in terms of values and company culture, and it's affecting Twitter as a brand. There's a lot of people that are leaving the platform, and the whole platform is in danger. The same thing could very well happen at Airbnb, and I think we're starting to see some of that already just from these massive layoffs. So going right into reason number two, it's excessive fees. Okay, now if you've used this platform, you're well aware, host and user alike, that Airbnb charges a massive amount in fees, and I'm even getting tired of it as a host because a lot of people think that I'm the one setting these prices, and it's not necessarily the case. I set my nightly rate and the cleaning fee, and I know there's a lot of gripes about the cleaning fee, but it is necessary because you have all kinds of guests that come through your house. But the problem that I'm seeing is Airbnb takes a cut for me, which is like a 3% service charge, not a problem, but they charge the guests an astronomical amount. For example, if I'm charging, let's just say $200 a night for 5 nights, they're going to be paying $1,000. Airbnb is going to probably tack on, I would say maybe $400 or, $350 or $400 on top of that booking already, plus the cleaning fee. And then you also have occupancy taxes. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I personally, when I'm going abroad, I'll just use a hotel in most cases. So it's not necessarily that they are more expensive than hotels. I think that they're actually on par with hotels. So now it's putting them at the same level, and when people have to make a choice, they're like, okay, well, do I want fresh towels and toiletries and shampoo and someone to complain to at the front desk in case something goes wrong? And so I don't have all of these hidden charges and things like that. Yeah, they're probably going to go to the hotel. Airbnb has not done a great job of adequately addressing these issues, and I think that this could be a nail in the coffin for them because they're not really differentiating from their competition like they used to. So with that being said, that is a real concern. Going into reason number three, regulation. All right, so if you don't know already, I live in New York City. New York is cracking down hard, really hard on Airbnb. Of course, there's, the hotels are lobbying actively against Airbnb, but there are people that own over 200 listings plus. I'm not one of those people, but I think it is kind of ridiculous when there's people that don't have a place to rent long term. It's creating a lot of crises for housing. I remember I was working in Puerto Rico for a month, and the whole area of Luquillo, Fajardo, Ponce, big tourist destinations, if you don't know, that are all by the beach and whatnot. So anyway, I digress. These places, when I'm talking to the locals and I was doing my interviews and stuff like that, people were telling me there's nowhere to live. They have to stay in their hurricane war-torn homes, okay? Because Airbnb has saturated the market, and that has created some of the most intense regulations, and we have yet to see the worst of it. So with that being said, that could also be the potential nail in the coffin. I know this is not the most exciting news to hear if you're a host, even for myself, but there are some reasons why I think you should probably stay on the platform. Number one, I have not seen a decrease at all in my income. Even despite all of those reasons, Airbnb still has a pretty strong and loyal base of customers that continuously, use that search engine platform to find unique listings and homes. So I think if you're considering Airbnb, go ahead and click the referral link in the bio so you can get some money for just trying it out. If you are considering doing a short-term rental, Airbnb is still the place to go. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Now, I will always say, Airbnb is not the one-all be-all. You have so many different options, but for me right now, because of their insurance, their customer support, and because of their subscriber base, I would say that Airbnb is probably one of the best options if you're trying to rent out your place short term. Okay, so definitely consider Airbnb. But in this current economic landscape, I can't say it's completely out of the question to believe that Airbnb could collapse. Especially we're seeing startups on this massive scale that rely on so much investment and rely on so much. I'm getting a call. Hold on one second. Hello? I'm gonna call you right back. All right, thank you. Thanks, y'all. All right, so I'm back. I hope all of this information helped you. Stay tuned for my next video. They come out every Friday. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps a guy out. Thank you, and I will see you all next time. Adios.